And now Gene's going to start with Death on the Nile.
Well, Roger, you remember a surprise movie hit of a couple of years ago was Murder on the Orient Express, a stylish whodunit by Agatha Christie. Well, as we all know, one box office hit deserves a sequel, so now we have Christie's Death on the Nile, another glamorous mystery set mostly in Egypt. In Death on the Nile, Lois Childs plays an American heiress who has made an enemy of just about everybody in this movie. They all have a reason to kill her, and so it really isn't very smart for Lois Childs to be walking around an ancient temple in Egypt with her new husband. After all, somebody could try to drop a boulder on her noggin.
God. You were right. Lynette, you were right. Come on. Easy. That's it. Come on, now pick up. All right.
Dad.
That's down. Must have fallen. I was pushed.
To kill me?
Jackie.
But she's not here.
So there you have it, your typical Agatha Christie honeymoon. Everybody's favorite moment, of course, in a picture like this is when the detective in charge, in this case Christie's famous Belgian sleuth Hercule Poirot, requests that all the possible suspects assemble in 30 minutes in the living room, the kitchen, the library, the dining room, whatever. In Death on the Nile, it's in a ship's drawing room. And of course, the killer is in the room as Peter Ustinov, playing the detective, runs through every suspect's possible motive.
Madame, Mesdemoiselles, Messieurs, the game is over. I, Hercule Poirot, now know beyond a shadow of a doubt who killed Madame Doyle, Louise Bourget, and Madame Otterborn. Foolishly, I began this investigation with a preconceived idea that there must have been a witness to the shooting scene between Mademoiselle Jackie and Simon Doyle. That this person must have taken the gun from here after everyone had left the saloon, and must have used it to kill Madame Doyle and to attempt to frame Mademoiselle Jackie. You see, mes amis, it is not as though there were any lack of suspects among you. She might have been killed by someone trying to shut her defamatory mouth, or by someone whose father had been ruined by Madame Doyle's father, or by someone obsessed with the idea of robbery, or by someone who bitterly resented anyone inheriting that amount of money, or by someone who was desperately trying to save her mother from financial ruin, or yet by someone anxious to escape exposure as a fraudulent trustee, or by someone who simply mistook the identity of the victim.
Ah, yes, the gathering of the suspects. We've seen that scene 1,000 times. It always works. And a picture like this is really very easy to review. It all comes down to whether at the end of the movie you're involved enough in the picture to actually guess and care who done it. I was, and I think you were too.
Yeah, you should know. We saw it at the same screening
Right.
together, and about an hour and 15 minutes into the movie, you came creeping down to my aisle, and you said, do you know who did it? And I said, yeah, and I mentioned a name, which I won't repeat now. You said you agreed we both knew who the guilty person was, and we were both wrong.
Yeah, real experts. This is one of the pictures with a lot of big actors in it, where I thought the acting was pretty good, particularly Peter Ustinov as the detective.
I agree. It's a classy comedy. We think Death on the Nile is a stylish and witty adaptation of the Agatha Christie whodunit. Both Gene and I like it, and that's why it says yes next to both of our names. We recommend you see this movie.